Hey everybody, what's up? We're here with a timeless reading. We're starting off with the moon. The moon and the Two of Pentacles. Seeing Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Starting off with the moon can be about things that are going on immediately behind the scenes. Two of Pentacles is something that's being figured out, but it can be more low-key what this is that's being figured out. Can sort of be like, while I'm in the process of figuring this out, I want to keep it like cloaked in some way. Because it feels like maybe if you were at the conclusion of this, it wouldn't be something that needed to be kept private, but the moon can talk about things that like we want to keep in the dark or like we don't want to talk about yet, just for the sake of many different things, right? You can be doing something privately because you don't want anybody else to influence the process of what you have going on. Lots of things like that. It seems like something is happening right now, something is being figured out right now. This feels private, like it's not out in the open. It has to do with the Six of Pentacles and Two of Wands, which is, it's going to be about an exchange of some sort and figuring that out. A balance. Okay, so with this Six of Pentacles, it's being clarified by the Five of Swords, and what this can mean is that, so Six of Pentacles is seen as a card of like giving and receiving, reciprocity, but it can also be seen as a card of like being generous and being fair and those sorts of things. To have Five of Swords be coming up, there can be, okay, so like cooperation is needed within the Six of Pentacles, so it's like this person on this end, this person on the other end of things, and needing there to be like a sense of balance between the two. To have Five of Swords coming up, Five of Swords is somebody that does not want to do a type of exchange. It's somebody that's like, they're thinking about themselves here. And so you may have something coming up where you could be dealing with somebody where it's like, hey, this is supposed to be balanced and fair, and you may feel like you're not getting that energy from them. Or you could be in that space too, where you're like, I know that this is expected of me, but I don't really want to show up for it. It can be that type of thing. But either way, we have Temperance on the bottom of the deck. So this is about doing what you need to work with this energy, whether this be that within you that's like, I don't want to be kind right now, or I don't want to be generous right now, or like I want to withhold this, or I only want to think about myself right now, which is like a natural part, you know, those types of thoughts and things come up for us. Having Temperance here is like, whether this be you or somebody that you're dealing with, it's about needing to be patient moving through this. It seems like there's going to be a discussion coming up, coming forward, being brought about that has to do with feelings, the way that somebody's feeling. This is about plans that you're making with somebody. This can be plans to see somebody, to meet up with them. Whoever is in the energy of the Five of Swords may like want more, or they may not want to give something or give something up. Like they may feel like Five of Swords is someone being in an energy where it's not like the most cooperative, because Five of Swords is about like, I'm looking out for me. And so that makes it difficult for there to be an exchange where it feels like both of us are working together and showing up together and doing that together. Five of Swords is more so like just watching out for yourself and not necessarily watching out for another person or being like, I need to make sure that I'm good, like, first and foremost, but in a way where there's like normally a connotation with it where it can be more self-serving or self-centered, where it's not really like a team player type of energy, generally speaking. So what I'm seeing here is that there's like a need to prioritize reciprocity, which would be like a need to focus on how do we make things balanced and make sure that everybody's getting what they need. And I'm seeing that there's a plan being made that's associated with like something that's coming together. So this can be like, we're planning to see each other, we're planning to hang out, I'm planning to go to this event, but it looks like there's another person that's on the other end of this. And this can be something where it's like, say you're driving to somebody and they're going to be driving too. It's like maybe somebody is like, I want you to drive all the way to me. I don't want to meet you halfway. And so it can feel like if you're dealing with that person, that like they're not being fair within the exchange that you have with them. That can be the feeling. But like why the moon is here, I don't know. Like why is this? Because moon is generally seen as like things going on behind the scenes, or like there's a sense of there being like a secretive nature to things. Let's clarify. The conflict is going to be worked out if you're patient enough and willing enough. Why is the moon here? Everything is going to be revealed. Just feels like it's not time yet. So you can feel like you're working with elements that are still sort of in the dark that are being figured out here. Whoever this is that you're working with, I'm seeing your guides telling you to just be patient, figuring things out with them. Like more than anything, like temperance keeps coming out over and over again. You can be working with somebody that has prominent Sag placements within their chart. I'm seeing things are going to be figured out when it's time. There could have been some worrying that was happening about like the potential, but I'm seeing that it seems like it's mostly coming up because of being in like a somewhat unfamiliar situation. And that's where this is coming from. Because it can be that stress of like trying to figure things out. So there are plans being made to connect with someone. But there are still things that haven't been brought to light is what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing the Hierophant and I'm seeing the Ace of Wands. What this means is that this can be like a potential commitment. What this means is that this can be like a potential contract. What this means is that this can be like some type of spiritual endeavor or something like that. It looks like it would be a new thing that would be taking place. Like this would be a new venture. That means too that having Hierophant and having the Ace of Wands is about there being a lot of potential for expansion when it comes to one's beliefs and that type of thing. So there can be like spiritual expansion here within this. Like a growing that's happening, a gaining that's happening. So one may see this as an opportunity for growth in like that sector of their life. So that would sort of be like the main theme of this, and potentially investing too. Like this would be an investment. I'm seeing there be a lot of thought put into this too. But feeling like this is a worthy investment because I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles be connected with the 10. So it's like there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of room for growth as well. There's a lot of room for expansion on many different levels, especially to like grow even as an individual, as well as in other ways too. There would be like a gaining of knowledge also. Potential, investing, something becoming solid. This feels like even a goal-oriented thing. Of like there would definitely be a lot of gain from this. But I'm seeing 4 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and so this can mean not everybody's on the same page. For some reason, one person's idea of the 10 of Pentacles may be different than another person's idea of the 10 of Pentacles, which means that there can be a difference in values, potentially. That can be like one person looks at one thing and is like, this is the most valuable thing in the world to me, and another person may look at it and be like, I don't find that to be valuable at all. It can be like that sort of thing where there's like a difference in how one like appraises things, or even like what they're trying to accomplish. So it can be like one person being like, I want the end result to be this, and another person may look at that and be like, that type of end result doesn't matter to me. It's like that sort of thing. But I am also seeing too that like if you take that sort of subjective perspective out of this, you see that there's room for expansion. It would probably be something that would be helpful both to the people involved and maybe even outside of that. This would be an investment. 10 of Pentacles is involved in it, which means that it would be the type of investment that you'd be able to like cash out in some way. Like it would be like, I'm investing in this thing and it's going to lead to the 10 of Pentacles, which is exactly why I would be investing in something in the first place. You know, like you get out of it exactly what you hope and more from this. And then 9 of Pentacles is then being able to relax and enjoy that. Of like, I worked for this and now I've accomplished this and now things feel easier for me. Why the moon though? Maybe the moon is here because this can be a process that hasn't played out yet. This can be something that's in the midst of happening. It can be something where there are still like unknown factors that are connected with this. It can still be a question, certain things that are going on here. It can also feel like it's not a sure thing as well, because this can also just be potential for a situation too. It feels as well like something is being broken down between at least 2 people here of like, what do you need and what do I need? And like, it's something that's being balanced out. So let's use an example. This can be like 2 people that are working together and it's like, okay, we have this project and one person is like, if I do this work, will you do that work? And like, how do we work in a way where it's like balanced and fair for both of us, and then trying to figure things out and trying to plan from there. But it does feel like seeing the 5 of Swords can be something coming up where there can be like somebody that like may work better alone or something like that. Like Five of Swords is somebody where they want to move through something and they're not like necessarily looking for a partner, or they're not, yeah, that it makes sense to sort of see it like that, like based off of the example that we're using. And then also to have 10 of Cups and with it come out, or 10 of Pentacles, and then on the bottom of the deck to have the 4 of Cups. This can be, again, there being like different ideas of like what we're working towards, like that sort of thing. Different ideas of like what we want the outcome of this investment to be. So there can be differences in values even. I'm seeing Pisces and I'm seeing Taurus here. There's a lot of potential, but this would be something that's like a long-term process, it seems. And that can be why this feels like a lot. So this isn't something that one would sign on for and be like, I just need to show up for a day. It feels like this is something, because I'm seeing the World come out here and I'm seeing it be connected with Ace of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles, or Ace of Wands and 7 of Pentacles. And so this is like, this would be investing in something where there's a lot of potential, but needing to repeatedly invest in this or needing to repeatedly show up for this. So let's say it's like a friendship or like a relationship that you have with somebody, or like a connection or something like that. You'd feel like you can't just tend to it once and then that's it. Like you have to keep showing up consistently and then it's going to turn into something. But to have the World here, this could be like many months, or this could be like multiple years that this thing would take. And that may be like, it can feel like, is that possible for that type of thing to be sustained? That may be why this would be such a big thing to take on, because it feels like a stressful thing to be a part of, and it would be like a commitment. And that's where this, it's like something having to do with the balancing act of things. The prioritizing and the balancing. And that can feel like 10 of Wands in the World can feel like something may be like just a bit too much, or like I'm not sure that I need to take on something that feels so stressful. But it can also show too that if one is sort of willing to take on something that feels very heavy and difficult, that they would be able to accomplish something. But it really depends on preference here too, with how much one is willing to sort of be carrying energetically, if that's what one wants to do. If one feels like they'd be happy doing that. And maybe that's also what's being broken down and analyzed here. Like, I see that this would be a really big thing and a lot for me to take on as far as needing to participate. I'm seeing that this is like a group activity in some way with the 3 of Cups here. So this isn't something you'd be doing alone. There's at least one other person, if not more people, that are involved in this. And also, I'm seeing somebody be like, this is going to be a lot to take on and it's going to be a long process. And also too, with Saturn here, it's like there's no cutting corners here. Like everybody has to show up and do the work in order to make this thing possible. And also, now that that's being looked at, one may be looking into this and being like, is that going to be a fulfilling type of work for me to be doing? Because that can be motivation enough, but if one doesn't feel like this is totally and completely linked with their inspiration, happiness, excitement, that sort of thing, one may be opting out of this potentially. It can be for fear of not being able to handle the stress of things. So that may be something that would impact, like somebody could be like for fear of taking on the stress in a way where it's like that's too much for me to be taking on. Or someone can also be like, I'm not in the position to be able to do that, because sometimes Five of Pentacles is like I'm limited, and it's just like something that's going on in my head that I'm projecting onto this. But also sometimes the Five of Pentacles is like, that's literally not going to work out for my situation or for the scenario that I'm in right now. Like I have like a limited amount of energy one can feel, and so there's only so much that I can give. Because somebody may feel like this would take away something from their personal life even. So Five of Pentacles is somebody looking, Five of Pentacles landing over where the Ten of Wands and the World is. So this is somebody looking at that and being like, I don't know if I'm up for taking that sort of thing on. They may feel like they have insufficient energetic funds in order to do that. Because this can feel like, it can feel like something that like one isn't able to invest in. But there can be lots of different reasons why someone can be feeling like that. They could be like, it's not going to be worth the stress for me to be doing. But it can also feel like Five of Pentacles can be like an impossible situation where it's like, that won't work for me right now. Like that type of thing. Like it won't work for me where I am right now. And also somebody could also be struggling within their personal life too, where they feel like they can't take this on additionally because it would be too much. Like if they, Five of Pentacles can be like, if I were in a different place, I may be able to do this, but because of the place that I'm in, I like don't have, again, like the energetic funds to be able to do that. So that can mean something like somebody doesn't have enough time to do something, or somebody already has a lot on their plate so they're not able to do something, or they're just not willing to do something, or they feel like there's something about the way that this would impact somebody within their personal life. And Five of Pentacles can be like, I'm already running low, like I can't also give to this too. Like this can be a feeling of like, I'm actually not able to, like even if I wanted to, I couldn't do this. So that can be the feeling too. But it really just depends on like what the Five of Pentacles is for this person, whether it's like whether I want to or not, I actually can't show up for this, or somebody being like, it would be a lot for me to do that, or I don't know if I'd be able to do that. It can be that sort of thing where there's a question of, I may not be capable of doing that. Like I don't know whether I am or not, because it seems like there's something here that's being figured out that maybe it's not a sure thing whether or not someone can do this yet. Something about like assisting or helping, or even what they have to offer. Maybe to the collaboration, because I'm seeing Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this can be something with the timing of things. There's definitely a limitation that someone is feeling. But I think it's associated with, like, if this were a smaller thing, it may be easier for Queen of Pentacles to show up, but because this would be a really big thing for them to get involved in, that may be why they're at this point where they're like I don't know about that, like this sort of thing. What it looks like though is that there's going to be some type of help or something, but I don't think it's expected. Because there's stress that one feels about the supposed like coming together of things. And also it seems like what's hidden is something having to do with how somebody may like receive help. So that can also be part of this too, where it's like someone may be like, how am I going to do this on my own, and feeling like that, like they're limited by something because something feels like a lot. It feels stressful. Five of Pentacles can be like, I don't know if I can handle this. Like I just got so much, like such a huge workload put in front of me, and I don't know if I can do this. And Queen of Pentacles is like looking at it being like, am I going to be able to? This feels really stressful, and it feels like there's just this knowledge of how one is going to need to show up in order to do this. But what I'm seeing is that somebody may feel like they have to do something on their own, but that's actually not the case. But they may not know that. It's like that type of thing. So something that somebody is worried about, it may actually be a non-issue at the end of the day, is what I'm seeing. But they wouldn't necessarily know that, but I'm seeing something about that happening. So it's like the particular thing that one is like worried about, it's like a non-issue essentially. It's like the exact thing that they'd be worried about, they'd be getting help with that thing. So if you're in this position where you're feeling stressed because there's something really big that you're taking on, and it's like, it looks like a really huge investment in like planning things that are associated with that. I'm seeing whatever this is that you're worried about, it's like somehow going to work itself out, because I'm seeing that you're going to get help with it. It's like the help that you need with the specific thing that you're worried about, or the specific things that you're worried about, you're going to get help for that exact thing, because I'm actually seeing you be given something here, like supplied with something even that you would need. So whatever this Five of Pentacles is, like whatever this lacking is that you're perceiving here, on the other side of you is this Page of Pentacles, and it's going to be supplying you with whatever this is that you feel like you don't have for this. It's whatever you feel like you don't have and you need for this, it's going to be supplied to you. It's going to be given to you, is what I'm seeing. But you like wouldn't necessarily go into this assuming that. But I'm seeing like it's going to be part of the way that things will work. So that's what's going to be happening here. This feels like encouragement from your guides. That like there may be something where you're like, no, that's a real worry, or that's like a practical worry, or something like that. And I'm seeing your guides saying that you're going to get help with whatever this is that you were like, that's going to be a problem, like that sort of thing. You're going to get help with it. So a non-issue. But I'm seeing that the help, that's hidden from you. So you wouldn't know that. Well, now you know that, but it wasn't revealed before. And this has to do with weight that you're feeling, stress that you're feeling, a lot going on to your plate, almost too much feeling that's associated with you in some type of like social situation. It's like a relationship or something that's going on. Or this can be like an event or something. It's something where there's more than just your energy within this. So it can be like one other person or multiple other people that are involved in this thing. And it's something that feels like a lot to be taking on. But there could have been a feeling of like not knowing whether or not you could show up for something. Because Six of Pentacles is like what you have to give. Seven of Pentacles is like where you would be putting that. And then Five of Pentacles can be like, but I feel like I don't have that thing that I need to show up with. So like whatever this particular thing is. But as I said before, you're going to have it supplied to you in some way. It's going to show up because I'm seeing it be like right next to you. Like I'm seeing it be like handed to you, whatever this is that you perceive you don't have. And it seems too like this is gonna work out because you're choosing to prioritize like growth and potential, and that it's something that like I'm seeing it's related to Saturn in some way for you. So this means too that if you like commit to this and you show up for it, you're gonna get like the rewards too because of that. Be well off for it. So it's being encouraged for you to do this. Okay, so this is about something that you're doing privately. It's connected with an investment and you're going to be getting help with it, okay? You may be feeling stressed out about investing in this, but I'm seeing that you're going to get support. You're going to be provided with what you need, okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to also too, something that your guides are saying is that this is something where like you don't need to know how, you just need to know that it's going to work out. Like you don't need to know how, you just need to know that it will. Like that sort of thing, okay? I want to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love and I hope to catch you guys next time.